What's the most legendary thing a substitute teacher ever did at your school? Mr. Davis walked into our 8th grade English class, and the whole room went silent. We'd all heard the rumors about him, and honestly, he looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. Mason, our resident troublemaker, saw an opportunity immediately. "Excuse me, Mr. Davis? The principal called down and said she needs to see you right away in her office." Mason grinned at us like he'd just pulled off the heist of the century. Mr. Davis didn't even blink. He just started packing up his papers. "Is that so? Well, that sounds important. You know what? This seems like something the whole class should witness. Everyone grab your things." We all looked at each other confused. Mason's face went pale. "What do you mean?" he asked. "Well, if the principal needs to see me urgently, it must be about something that affects all of you too. Let's go find out together," Mr. Davis said, a strange twinkle in his eye. "Actually," Mason stammered, "maybe it's not that urgent." "Nonsense! Line up, everyone! We're taking a field trip to the main office," Mr. Davis insisted. He marched all 30 of us down the hallway like we were on some kind of educational parade. Other kids pressed their faces to the windows as we marched past. We arrived at the principal's office and Mr. Davis knocked politely. "Come in," Mrs. Lewis called out. Mr. Davis opened the door and gestured for us to file into her office. Mrs. Lewis's eyes went wide as 30 8th graders crammed into her small office space. "Mr. Davis, why is my office full of 8th graders?" she asked, her voice a little strained. "Well, apparently you called down to request an urgent meeting with me, so I brought the whole class since it seemed to involve them." Mrs. Lewis looked genuinely confused. "I never called down to your classroom." Mr. Davis turned to us with the most innocent expression. "Interesting. Mason, didn't you say Mrs. Lewis called for me?" Mason was practically melting into the floor. Maybe I misunderstood. Or maybe this was what we call a social experiment in trust and authority. Would anyone like to explain what really happened?" The silence in that office was deafening. Mrs. Lewis caught on immediately. "Ah, I see. Someone thought they'd test the new substitute teacher." "The fascinating part," Mr. Davis continued, "is how quickly misinformation can spread and how people react when their assumptions are challenged." Mason finally cracked. "Okay, I made it up. I wanted to see if you'd actually leave the classroom." "And what did you learn from this experiment, Mason?" "That you're way smarter than we thought you were." Mrs. Lewis was trying not to laugh. "Mr. Davis, I think you've just given these students a better lesson than anything in their textbook." We all shuffled back to class feeling like we'd been outsmarted by a substitute teacher who turned our prank into a psychology lesson. Mason never tried to prank a substitute again. Mr. Davis didn't just teach English that day, he taught all of us how to get outsmarted in style.